Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this one we're going to look at clearing the colours from their spots. Now I've split this little series into 3 different videos so that we can look in more detail at some of the key areas that will help you to complete these colours clearances. Now the first shot I'd like to look at is the yellow to green, so let's look at that. Now you can see on the on-screen graphic, that's where I'm trying to leave my white for the green. If I go into the red zones, that's where the white is just in a little bit of an uncomfortable position because we're having to start playing recovery shots. So we don't want to venture into that little area. So when I'm playing this first yellow, you can see the angle that I'm trying to leave there on the yellow. Some players would set themselves up nice and straight. There's nothing wrong with that. You can then screw into that area that we've just seen on the screen. That's a nice... the nice place to be on the green to get to the brown. But I always like to put myself with a little bit of angle like this because that just makes you force yourself to learn these potting angles then as well. So with this one, it's just a plain ball shot off the cushion, just above centre. So I'm going to just drop the yellow in, not too hard, like that, and get my white to hopefully land in that area that we just saw on the screen. So I think here, yep, very happy with that. We can see that we've got that lovely angle on the green now, and I need to try and leave my white in a nice area on the brown. So let's show that area that we'd like to be on the brown. So you can see that I don't want it to be too thin on the brown. That's going to be difficult and make it hard to get to the blue. And I don't want it to be too straight or even going the other way, because then, especially as a right-handed player, I'm stretching. Doesn't matter as much for left-handed players. You'll get away with going lower down the table, as you can see there. But that green area is the best place to be. So let's try and put the white there. So if I go nice and low on the white, really low down, that's going to help me to play like a soft little holding shot like that you can see. And that again puts me into this area now on the brown where I can get now from brown to blue. So that's a nice little angle there on the brown. So let's pop the brown, but we're not going to worry about going brown to blue here. So we could pop the brown there and finish off there yellow, green and brown. So I'm going to set these back up again and show you some of the key things you want to work on, some of the other tricky little areas we might land, and it's going to help you to complete that first beginning of our colours clearance on that yellow, green and brown. Right, so I've set these colours back up again. Let's play our yellow again. Let's try and do the same thing, but I'm going to try and underhit this one slightly just to show you where you might land. So I've underhit that. You can see that the white now is much closer to the side cushion than you would like. So let's have a look at the angle. So we're further away from the green than we would like, and we've got quite a bit of a cut on the green. It's a bit thinner than would be absolutely ideal. So let's have a look how we could rescue this. So there's 2 shots available. One is that we pop this green and let the white just naturally come back across here, and it's going to come somewhere into this area over here. Or the other one is to gently drop the green in and get the white to go over this side again and land in the nice target area that we'd like on that brown. Now, you see very common here that players will hit like this on the white above centre, but if you hit just a little bit below centre on these shots and just hit it soft, you'll just kill some of the pace of the white so that when it hits this green, it'll come off this cushion and not go too far. So the danger is, again, we don't want to land here. We want to kill some of the pace and land good on the brown. So we'll walk into the shot. See, I'm just aiming a little bit low, and then if I drop this in, so you can see even though I had quite a steep angle there, by hitting nice and a bit lower on the white than you might think. So I wasn't absolutely at a screw shot, but just by hitting that little bit lower, I've just killed some of the pace of the white, and quite easily, even on that thin angle, managed to hold the white for the brown, and I've got a nice shot on that brown. Let's have a look at another key shot on this green where we often find ourselves and how to play that shot. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. So this is very common. I've come a little bit too far for the green, and now it means I can't just play the little holding shot that we just played where you're trying to hold the white and stay in this nice area. So we've got 2 shots available. One is to play topspin on the white and bring the white off this bulk cushion and then back down and into our target area for the nice shot on the brown. The other one is to actually play screw back on the white and bring the white across the face of the brown and over to here, leaving a nice shot on the brown. So let's play those 2 shots. So I'll play the topspin. Make sure you hit this hard enough, don't want to leave it short. So I've just given it a bit extra just to make sure that I'm going forward and leaving my white in that nice area for the brown. So you can see I've played a nice topspin shot there. That's one of the options available to us. Let's have a look at the screw shot. Okay, so I've set the green up here. You can see I've got very similar angle. So this is the other option available to us. We'll play screw back, nice and low on the white, not too hard. Make sure you push through. And you can see that that time I've screwed the white across, leaving a nice shot on the brown again. So that's another useful shot to have in your locker for rescuing the position when you've gone slightly too far on that green. I'm just going to have a quick look at how that shot might go wrong as well on the green. So here I've set the shot up again, so I'm on the green nicely here. Now this is a common way that this shot might go wrong. So players are playing that screw shot and they end up doing that and hitting into the brown. Now what's gone wrong there is that I haven't generated enough backspin on the white. So even though I might have been aiming low, there's two things that could go wrong. Even though I was aiming low, I didn't hit low enough, or when I was pushing through, I didn't commit to that follow through and didn't get the white spinning. So when the white hit the green, a lot of that backspin had disappeared and it just turned into a stun shot. So you've got to make sure that you hit low enough and you still commit to pushing through the white. So you generate all that spin, and that's what makes it screw across the face of the brown, leaving that brown into the opposite corner pocket. Okay, so here I've set up another slightly awkward position that we might find ourselves in on the green. So if I try and screw this shot, the problem is we might lose the white a little bit down here. So if I try and hold this without using a cushion, let's have a look. So I'm aiming nice and low on the white, trying to hold it, pop the green. And you can see that I have got the result there. So I've got a shot on the brown. The only thing I'm a bit disappointed about here is the distance from the white to the brown. It's not a very nice angle on the brown to get to the blue, and I've got to really cue it nicely now because there's a big distance between the white and the brown. So let's have a look at a better way that we can start to play that shot. Right, so we've set the shot up again. Let's have a look what happens if we just play topspin on and off the cushion here. So don't want to go too high, just kind of natural ball, so you can see that instead of being centre, just above centre to make sure it's natural ball like that. Leave your feathers up, play the shot, let it bounce on and off the cushion. And that time, you can see much, much closer to the brown. So I've just used that cushion to help me get nice and close to the brown. That's very nice. We can play a little screw shot onto the blue now. So again, that angle on the green, when you've got a little bit too much angle, think about just using that cushion to bounce out for the brown. Now this leads us on to this shot, similar shot, but you can see that the white is further away from the green this time. So let's have a look at the potential problems here. If I try to screw this shot, again, I'm going to lose the white down here because there's quite a big angle. Let's play that and try it. So I'm trying to hold the white while hitting nice and low. But the problem is, yeah, I'm losing the white down here. We can see that the white has gone a big distance from that brown. So let's play that shot again. Let's try a shot off the cushion and see if that's any better. Right, so we're back here again, and then the very common thing that players do now is they try to stun the white very slightly. So we saw that the natural angle was going along here like this and then taking us back along the bulk line, not leaving a very nice shot on the brown. So what players think is, okay, I'll widen this line slightly by putting a bit of stun on the white ball. So let's try that. So let's go slightly below centre, go through it nicely, keep still. And that's very, very common what's just happened there. What happened there was I didn't quite get enough stun on the white. Some of it had run out as it came towards this cushion, and that's why I haven't got very much bite on the white ball and managed to hold it over here. So let's try that again and see if I can get it any better. Okay, so we're on this shot again. This time I'm going to try and get a little bit more stun on the white so that I make sure that I get hold of it and hold it that side. So that time, played it a bit better that time, leaving a pretty good shot on the brown. I'd have my hand on the table there, that's not too bad, and then I can bounce off this bulk cushion and down towards the blue. So that's one of the ways you can do it there. You can try and put a little bit of stun on the white to make sure it comes off the green a little bit wider, leaving a better shot on the brown. Let's have a look at one more shot on that green, where you can play it just a little bit differently, which also might help. Right, so the other way of playing this green is to use a little bit of right-hand side so that when it hits this cushion, it doesn't come off straight, it comes off a little bit wider and leaves a nicer shot on the brown. So let's try that. Now I'm going to play this as a bit of a drag because of the distance between the white and green. So I've gone a bit of bottom and right so you can see where I'm aiming there. I'm going to try and judge the little curve that the white takes. And then you saw there, that kicked off with that right-hand side. So let's have a look at that one. So that's much, much better now. That's left a really good shot on the brown again. I can just play a little screw shot down to here and get onto the blue. So you can see I've had to make a bit of a compensation with my aiming for the side there. So the side's going to bend the white, it's going to do that. A bit like a footballer taking a free kick. I'm getting used to, the more I play using that side, how the white bends and goes into the green. So you can set yourself up, make a little mark on the table like I always talk about, and maybe practice a few with side and just pay attention to where the green goes and start to get used to how to use that little bit of side spin. Now, as always, everybody, really hope you found this first part of this colours clearance video series very useful. I'm going to do 2 more parts where I look at brown to blue, which is another key little shot, and then we're going to look at going blue, pink and black in the 3rd part. So if you did enjoy this video, do all the usual things. If you enjoyed it, remember to give the video a like. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. That just really helps me to keep all these videos coming regularly. For anyone that's interested in any personal one-to-one coaching sessions, I'm working on this very table all the time, helping players to improve their game. So if you have a look in the description box below, you can visit my website, www.bartonsnooker.co.uk, send me a message and I'd love to help you improve your game. And as always, everybody, stay tuned for next week's video where we're going to look at the brown to blue. And thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.